Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj, I am that. Looking at chapter 38 today. Spiritual practice is will asserted and reasserted. Spiritual practice is will asserted and reasserted. To receive communication, you must be receptive. To receive communication, you must be receptive. Of course, there must be a receiver, but if the transmitter does not transmit, of what use is the receiver? The Jnani belongs to all. Beautiful. The Jnani belongs to all. He gives himself tirelessly and completely to whoever comes to him. If he is not a giver, he is not a Jnani. Whatever he has, he shares. Beautiful. If he is not a giver, he is not a Jnani. Whatever he has, he shares. And we see this in many great saints and sages and Jnanis and avatars. When they are full of this love, it just overflows. They just give and they give and they give. I just had a thought of Amma, the hugging saint from Kerala, India. She gives and gives. She will hug thousands of people for hours and hours and hours, giving love, giving support. If he is not a giver, he is not a Jnani. Whatever he has, he shares. He gives himself tirelessly and completely to whomever comes to him. But can he share what he is? You mean, can he make others into Jnanis? Yes and no. No, since Jnanis are not made. They realize themselves as such when they return to their source, their real nature. I cannot make you into what you already are. All I can tell you is the way I traveled and invite you to take it. I cannot make you into what you already are. All I can tell you is the way I traveled and invite you to take it. I'll skip a little. There is no lack of religious poets. Turn to them for what you want. As far as I am concerned, my teaching is simple. Trust me for a while and do what I tell you. If you persevere, you will find that your trust was justified. My teaching is simple. Trust me for a while and do what I tell you. And what to do with people who are interested but cannot trust? If they could stay with me, they would come to trust. Once they trust me, they will follow my advice and discover for themselves. You can judge a tree by the fruit it bears. I think Mother Teresa used to say, come, like witness, watch. Come, witness, watch God's glory, watch God's work. Watch God use me as a channel, as an instrument of his peace and love. And you can test people, right? You can see their actions, their words, their behaviors. You can sense their energy. And that builds that trust. You come to see, okay, this is a good tree. This tree is bearing good fruit. How can you have insight into my state when you are without insight into your own? When the very instrument of insight is lacking, is it not important to find it first? It is like a blind man wanting to learn painting before he regains his eyesight. You want to know my state, but do you know the state of your wife or servant? I am asking for some hints only. I'm just asking for some hints. Well, I gave you a very significant clue. Where you see differences, I don't. To me, it is enough. If you think it is not enough, I can only repeat, it is enough. Think it out deeply, and you will come to see what I see. You seem to want instant insight, forgetting that the instant is always preceded by a long preparation. The fruit falls suddenly, but the ripening takes time. After all, when I talk of trusting me, it is only for a short time, just enough time to start you moving. The more earnest you are, the less belief you need, for soon you will find your faith in me justified. You want me to prove to you that I am trustworthy. How can I? And why should I? After all, what I am offering you is the operational approach, so current in Western science. When a scientist describes an experiment and its results, usually you accept his statements on trust and repeat his experiment as he describes it. Once you get the same or similar results, you need not trust him anymore. You trust your own experience. Encouraged, you proceed and arrive in the end at substantially identical results. A few chapters ago, Nisargadatta said, it's not about the belief system or the spiritual practice or any thought or philosophy. It's about the testing of these things. And Nisargadatta is saying, look, this is science. This is just like science. It's an experiment, and your body-mind is the laboratory. So he asks us to stay with the I am, to notice the changeful mind, the changeful self-image, the changeful consciousness, and then to look at that which is changeless, the awareness, which is always aware, the beingness, the presence, the aliveness, the silence and the stillness, which are always here, either in the background or in the foreground if we shift our focus to them. And the more you experiment, the more you will see results. You will see the fruits of these spiritual practices. To have the direct experience of a country, one must go and live there. Don't ask for the impossible. A man's spiritual victory no doubt benefits mankind, but to benefit another individual, a close personal relation is required. Such relation is not accidental, and not everybody can claim it. Guru and disciple relationship. On the other hand, the scientific approach is for all. Trust, test, taste. What more do you need? Why push the truth down unwilling throats? It cannot be done anyhow. Without a receiver, what can the giver do? So the Jnani is always giving, the Jnani is always sharing wisdom and love and truth. And if there is a receiver, as Jesus said, if there are eyes to see and ears to hear, then when you plant these seeds, it will be planted in fertile soil, rich soil, soil that is ready to cultivate these seeds and to help and allow them to blossom. So trust the process, trust the guru, test, do the tests, do the spiritual practice, see for yourself, and taste. Taste the reality, taste the fruits, in a sense, of these spiritual practices. I think all of the non-duality teachers out there today will tell you this is not a belief system. They will tell you, don't believe me. This is not just another concept, another belief to be added to our stack of beliefs. Look at all these beliefs I have. Look at all this knowledge I have amassed. Look at all these books I have read. They're fine, but Of course, at some point, we need to actually do the spiritual practice. We have to actually do the self-inquiry. We have to look to find out and discover what it is that we are. Who am I? Who are you? What is the true nature of the human being? What is the true nature of the human being? Are we separate, limited individuals, or are we not? Do we exist, or is it only this conceptual, imagined self that seems to exist, but it's actually only an appearance? It can't be said to be. Just like the world is an appearance, but only I am is the beingness, the eternal, the ancient and yet fresh. I am one with you. Are you one with me? If you are, you will not ask questions. If you are not, if you do not see what I see, what can I do beyond showing you the way to improve your vision? What you cannot give is not your own. I claim nothing as my own. I claim nothing as my own. When the I is not, where is the mine? When the I is not, where is the mine? Two people look at a tree. One sees the fruit hidden among the leaves, and the other does not. Otherwise, there is no difference between the two. The one that sees knows that with a little attention, the other will also see. But the question of sharing does not arise. Believe me, I am not close-fisted, holding back your share of reality. On the contrary, I am all yours. Eat me and drink me. But while you repeat verbally, give, give, you do nothing to take what is offered. I am showing you a short and easy way to being able to see what I see. But you cling to your old habits of thought, feeling, and action, and put all the blame on me. I have nothing which you do not have. Self-knowledge is not a piece of property to be offered and accepted. It is a new dimension altogether, where there is nothing to give or take. Okay, very nice. Thank you, Nisargadatta Maharaj. Thank you. On the contrary, I am all yours. Eat me and drink me. Well, that sounds like Jesus. Jesus said the same thing. Take this body, take this bread, it is my body. Take this wine, it is my blood. So we are invited really just to take everything that God is offering us. The sun is always shining. The tree is always offering shade. The gurus, the yanis, the beloved is always present, sending unconditional love, unconditional, pure, universal, infinite, immense, divine love. Are we receiving that love? Are we receiving the wisdom? Are we receiving the invitation from Nisargadatta Maharaj or any other messenger? There are many messengers, one message. Okay, thank you, Nisargadatta. Thanks, everybody. See you again for another chapter of I Am That. Om.